Within ACRE, we've done a lot of work on recovering, imaging and digitising marine data, from ship logbooks in particular. And this is an expensive process when you're talking thousands of logbooks to get through this process. And so one of the approaches that we've been taking is to think about doing what's called crowdsourcing, or using citizen science, people out there in the real world, on the web, and seeing if they are prepared to help us in terms of digitising this data. We had some experience in talking to some people from a project called Galaxy Zoo, which has done this. They had something like 250,000 people around the world who came to the party and basically helped them to recover and image a lot of and categorise a lot of efforts on galaxies. And now we are working with them to do a project to look at World War I logbooks, where we've got some 3,000 of these logbooks. They have this information imaged, but we want to be able to then digitise it, bring it into electronic form. And so we are working with them to do a pilot project, to see if we can do the same thing that they did with galaxies with this World War I data. If they can do that, it will be revolutionary in terms of helping us to streamline and be able to recover data from images much more cheaply and quickly.
What do you do with this data once the job is done?
Once it's digitised?
Once it's digitised.
Okay, we do quality control efforts to make sure that it's.
So can you start once the data is digitised?
Once the data is digitised, we have to then look at trying to quality control it to make sure we do the best job to iron out errors and problems with it. And then it's sent to the United States to a data repository which has a lot of this data in it already. It adds to and improves the quality and quantity of data of this kind in this repository, and it's therefore then available to the reconstruction element of the project, giving us a better view of what data there is over the oceans going back through time.
Why is that useful for the near future, or do you use it for future modelling?
Okay. The basic thing that the database that we're developing with ACRE, whether it's particularly the reconstruction that is being done back through time, the weather reconstruction, the main important part of that is that we're being able to use that to be able to, if you like, constrain global climate models. Various colleagues around the world are developing or using climate models looking into the future, looking at global warming, climate change. Now, if we are to produce them, or to say to them, well, we've got a couple of 100 years of the past data, the past weather data, can your models reasonably represent what this reconstruction is showing? If they can, it is another test as to how rigorous the models are, and therefore a test to be able to feel a test that will help if you are looking to see whether these models can be used effectively and you feel confident using them when projecting into the future. Sorry, there's a bit of a grumble there.
I think that was good, but we'll do it again.
Yeah.
I think we do it again,
Yeah, please. It's a bit of a...
Does anybody want some water? Has anybody got